Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another entry for the episode Recap and Thoughts category. This video will be dedicated to the B segment of episode 52 of The Loud House, Snow Way Out. We begin this segment with the Loud siblings preparing to eat some leftovers for dinner. The Loud parents are off somewhere else for the weekend, so they left the leftovers so the kids would have something to eat while they're gone for this weekend trip, whatever it may be. Lana, however, wants to go to the Burpin Burger instead, explaining that they're holding a contest for a celebrity that they sponsor. The celebrity is the race car driver, Bobbie Fletcher, voiced by Carson Elledge. And Lana explains that the contest is about a special wrapper is inside one of the, comes with one of the Burpin Burgers that you can order. And the wrapper is noted by its tire marks, and whoever acquires this tire-marked wrapper will get to be an honorary member of Bobbie Fletcher's pit crew. The rest of the siblings, or most of the siblings at least, are more than eager to go to Burpin Burger simply because it's Burpin Burger. Lisa is a little hesitant to go, though, because she comments about the falling snow, but when Lana says that she could always just eat the leftover goulash, Lisa decides to go ahead and join them at the Burpin Burger instead. So the Loud siblings arrive at the Burpin Burger. We get to meet Bobbie Fletcher in person, and she once again further explains the contest in detail. And then that's where many fans enter the Burpin Burger to have their chance at finding the tire-marked wrapper. Flip actually orders a lot of burgers hoping to win the wrapper. He claims he's a big fan of Bobbie Fletcher, but he gets her name wrong. And it's revealed that he really just wants the wrapper so that he can sell it to some fan to make a profit. But he's disappointed that he wasn't able to find the wrapper, so he leaves to go get some more money before coming back in the hopes of winning the wrapper. Lana actually manages to get all of her siblings and herself. She manages to get all of their burgers for free with a special coupon. And the Burpin Burger employee, he's voiced by Grant Palmer, Lincoln's voice artist from the first 22 episodes of the series and the second short of the series as well. So all of the Loud siblings eat their burgers, but there's still no sign of the tire-marked wrapper. And Lana manages to persuade them to have another round, and we do see Lisa still warning everyone about the snow falling, but no one really takes her warnings seriously. With her pet frog Hops, Lana manages to get Hops uses his tongue to get the coupon out of the cash register so Lana can reuse it for another free round of burgers. And once again, they eat another round, but there's still no sign of the special wrapper or the winning wrapper. Lana tries to do the same trick she and Hops did before, but the employee catches them this time and rips up the coupon, saying that Lana will have to pay for the next set of hamburgers if she wants them. So Lana goes around the Burpin Burger trying to find as much loose change as she can to reach the necessary amount. And it's made easier for Lana because the rest of the customers end up leaving because of the snow falling, which Lisa warned them about. Eventually, Lana manages to find enough money to get another round, and this time they do find the winning wrapper. Lenny happens to have it, although she mistook it Yeah, she mistook the wrapper as a dirty one instead. So, with Lana finding the winning wrapper, everyone, the Loud siblings and the Burpin Burger employee are ready to leave. But when they open the door, it's covered in snow. They're snowed into the Burpin Burger, and they're not sure how they're gonna get out of this predicament. And Luann makes a pun, which is also a title drop for the segment. Flip ends up returning, and he's got a big truck that's able to clear snow out of the way. So yeah, like a snowplow truck. So, or at least it's like a snowplow truck. If it's not exactly a snowplow truck, it takes care of the snow all the same. So I guess that's splitting hairs, but I digress. So Flip returns because he hopes to get the winning wrapper, but he's furious when he finds out that Lana already claimed the wrapper for herself. And while the siblings request Flip to give them a lift back home because they're otherwise stuck there, Flip actually decides that he'll only he'll only help them out if Lana gives up the winning wrapper to him. Lana, though, refuses to give in to Flip's demands because Bobbie Fletcher is one of her idols, and she went through a lot of trouble to claim the wrapper. And she insists that she will find a way to get her siblings out of this predicament. The Burpin Burger employee, on the other hand, he's more than willing to offer anything else that Flip wants to get out of the Burpin Burger. And Lana points out that because Flip's truck ended up clearing the way, they just gotta get into Vanzilla and see how everything works. But then Flip ends up purposefully causing another snow-in when he backs up, just to, if not out of petty spite, otherwise to kind of ensure that Lana will give in to his demands. But Lana is still confident that she can get her siblings out of this mess. So using some of the equipment in the Burpin Burger, she manages to shovel her way through the snow, creating a tunnel so they can get into Vanzilla. But the engine is frozen, so Lana's trying to get the engine running again so they can get out of there. But then Hops notices how Lincoln and the other Loud sisters are all in dire they're in grave danger because of how cold it is, and they have no way to find warmth in the current predicament that they are in. And the phone reception is bad too, so they can't call for help either. So Hops ends up getting Lana's attention to show her the consequences of her selfishness, and Lana admits that she's being selfish. So later on, we see that Flip has returned to the Burpin Burger, and that's because Lana ended up tracking Flip down, and she begrudgingly agrees to give in to his demands, and because she thinks that it's not worth it if her siblings are in danger. So Flip takes the wrapper from Lana, who's broken up about it, and the siblings do try to comfort Lana, assuring her that they knew how much the wrapper meant to her. Now, as Flip is driving the Loud siblings home, it turns out Bobbie Fletcher is actually has car trouble right now. And while Flip says he'll come back to get her Flip will come back to help her after he helps the Loud siblings, Lana actually insists that he stop to help Bobbie Fletcher now. So Flip begrudgingly agrees to do so. And Lana actually takes a look at Bobbie Fletcher's car, and she ends up doing a really good job, and a very fast job. In fact, she's able to get the engine running again really quickly. And Bobbie Fletcher is very impressed, saying that not even her pit crew is that fast. When she requests Lana's name, and Lana proudly gives it to her, Bobbie Fletcher shows her gratitude to Lana by giving her, I presume, her phone number, saying to call her when, she says to call her when Lana turns 18. So, yeah, that probably was her phone number. So in the end, Lana does get to join Bobbie Fletcher's pit crew in the future after all. Flip, though, demands a reward from Bobbie Fletcher as well because he drove Lana, who helped her out. But Bobbie Fletcher decides to start the car in a way that it covers Flip in snow, and that's how we end the segment. Now, like I mentioned with the A segment, episode 52 features two segments with their own stories, but they share a similar theme in common with each other. In this case, a winter theme. And that's similar to how episode 25 shared a same theme despite having different stories in each segment. And like episode 25, one could make the argument that this episode, these two segments, could be considered holiday-esque episodes without actually taking place on the holiday that they're similar to or kind of referencing. Like in the case of episode 25, those segments were sort of Halloween style segments, even though none of them actually took place on Halloween. And one could make the argument that the segments of episode 52 could be seen as Christmas sort of, or Christmas-esque segments without actually taking place on Christmas. But yeah, I digress. And so for this segment, Lana got to be not just the spotlight character. Some might actually say that Lana was the viewpoint character as well. And if you do go by that mindset, then it's definitely different from house music or Spell It Out or a garage band, where the loud sister that was the viewpoint character was very clearly the viewpoint character, while the other siblings, Lincoln included, kind of took a back seat. Like, the other loud siblings still played a role in this segment, and yeah, they weren't quite out of focus in this segment. Like, this actually might be more similar to Back in Black, where Lucy was the viewpoint character, but the other siblings were still important in the segment. I think I would describe this segment as similar to Back in Black in that regard. Now, this segment introduced us to another celebrity character, in this case, Bobbie Fletcher. And this is an example of where the show they kind of zigzag the one Steve limit. For those unfamiliar, the one Steve limit is the rule in a work of fiction, whether it be like a TV show, a movie, a book, or maybe even a whole franchise, where no two characters share the same name, usually just for the sake of making things less confusing for audience or viewers, readers, what have you. Now, they kind of play with it in the sense that, technically we have had characters who do share the same name, though they're mostly senior and junior. They're mostly family members. Like, of course, there's two Lynn Louds. The Loud sister is junior, while the dad is Lynn senior. And there's Carlos senior and Carlos junior, better known as CJ from the Casagrande family. And the Yates family has Bumper Sr. and Bumper Jr. And there was actually, you could argue there were two other characters, but they went by different nicknames. There was the baby Billy, who was from Two Boys and a Baby. And then there was Bill Buck, the creator of A Savvy from Pulp Friction. The creator of A Savvy, who appeared in Pulp Friction, was also a Bill. Although Billy Bills, but same name, just different nicknames. And in the case of, and even Bobbie, well, depending on how Mr. Santiago, depending on if he goes by Roberto or Bobbie, like his son, we do kind of have another senior-junior situation already with Bobbie. So this would be possibly the third Bobbie that we know of in the show. Although Bobbie Fletcher's name is spelled differently compared to Bobby Santiago. Bobbie Fletcher's name ends with an IE spelling, while Bobby Santiago's name ends with a Y spelling. So at least there is a visual distinction between the two names. But yeah, that was kind of a bit of a tangent there. Otherwise, yeah, Bobbie Fletcher was, I thought she was another nice celebrity who seemed very enthusiastic about what they do and sincerely appreciated their fans. Like in Bobbie Fletcher's case, she was more than gracious to Lana for her help and managed to allow Lana the chance to join her pit crew when she turns 18. Now, some people thought that this was actually kind of a sad outcome because race car drivers are usually known to retire earlier than other careers or professions, like sports players tend to retire earlier too, for example. So some people are worried that Lana, by the time she turns 18, she might not be able to join Bobbie's Fletcher's pit crew because of that. Though I actually think there is a chance that Lana will be able to still join the pit crew, and that's because Bobbie Fletcher's age was never actually mentioned in the segment, but her voice artist, Carson Elledge, when the segment aired on TV for the first time, and as of the recording of this video, she's actually 17 years old, but she may have been 16 years old when she recorded her lines, because the voice recording tends to happen before animation, at least with Western animation. So the point I'm getting at is usually when you have a teenager, at least in my experience, whenever a teenager voices a character on a show, it's usually a teenager character like them or a character who might be slightly younger than them. So I actually get the feeling that Bobbie Fletcher might be the same age as her voice artist. So now, if we go with, so let's say hypothetically Bobbie Fletcher is 16 years old. That would make her 10 years older than Lana. So by the time Lana becomes 18, Bobbie Fletcher would be 28. So I'd imagine that she still probably would be in race car, or yeah, in races. Would be in car races still by that point. So I think Lana would still be able to join Bobbie Fletcher's pit crew in the future. Oh, and the part about Lana joining her, like, this segment was another good example of having one of the Loud sisters be the selfish one, or the one who contributed to the conflict. In this case, Lana kind of got everyone in the mess of getting snowed in because she wanted to go out to the contest, and because her persistence led to them being snowed in when everyone else decided to heed the warnings of the weather. But at the same time, Lana was still portrayed in a sympathetic light. It wasn't hard to understand why Lana was so eager to join Bobbie Fletcher's pit crew. So while Lana did end up contributing to it, she was still sympathetic, and credit where credit's due. Lana did own up to her mistakes, and she did make amends to help resolve the issue. And something else I should mention is that Flip also contributed to the conflict as well. Like, it was a very low blow of Flip to only help the Loud siblings out if he got what he wanted from them, the winning rapper. And the fact that Flip intentionally snowed them in again, even though he had cleared the entranceway when he originally showed up, yeah, that was a low blow too. Whether that was out of petty spite or just as a way to ensure that Lana would give in to his demands, that was very low of him. But thankfully, Flip didn't get away with his misdemeanor, or yeah. Flip didn't get away with his uncalled for actions, because even though Flip pretty much tried to hinder Lana from reaching her objective by trying to get the winning rapper from her, Lana still ended up having the chance to join Bobbie Fletcher's pit crew. And and then, yeah, Bobbie Fletcher herself ended up giving Flip a face full of snow at the end of the segment. And I would say that combines too as a good punishment. Flip didn't get away with his actions, mostly because, yeah, he did get hit. He did get, yeah, he did pay the price for it, and he didn't succeed in his objective to hinder Lana because she still ended up getting to join Bobbie Fletcher's crew. And otherwise, the other notable thing was the return of Grant Palmer on the show as the Burpin Burger employee. It kind of reminded me of Hey Arnold, where Arnold's first voice artist, he only got to play Arnold in the first season. And actually, now that I think about it, he did get to play Arnold's singing voice in a post-season 1 segment, but yeah, he mostly played Arnold in the first season, but more or less didn't starting with season 2. But to stay on the show, or to have him still be part of the show, they actually created the character of Wolfgang, so he could still be on the show. The irony, though, that he went to play one of the antagonists of the show. So in this case, I actually wouldn't mind if Grant Palmer's character, the Burpin Burger employee, returned again in season 3, and I wouldn't mind if they made him a recurring role so Grant Palmer could still be part of the show. Now, true, he didn't have a actual name given. He was just credited as employee. But then again, the show has had examples of a character that was originally credited as not an actual name, but eventually did return with an actual name in the credits. Like, Neighbor became Mr. Grouse, Big Biker became T-Bone, Big Kid 1 and Big Kid 2 became Hank and Hawk. So yeah, I think it's possible that the Burpin Burger employee could return again with an actual name. So yeah, I think that would be a cool thing to do in the future of season 3. And there you go. I thought this was a good segment overall. It was nice to give us a viewpoint, have one of the Loud Sisters be the viewpoint characters, showing them as being the one who was selfish and who contributed to the conflict, but still sympathetic and still willing to make amends, and also recognizing that the other characters at fault for the conflict, Flip in this case, didn't get away with their misdemeanors. And it was cool to meet another celebrity character as well, and a nice guest appearance for one of the previous Lincoln voice artists. Now, as for which segment I prefer more, tough call. I mean, I liked them both for different reasons, so I might call this one a tie. I think I'm going to call this one a tie, but I thought episode 52 was overall a good way to end season 2 of the Loud House. And there you go. We've now discussed not just both the segments of episode 52, but we've now discussed all of season 2 of The Loud House on this channel. Now, as of the recording of this video, season 3 hasn't hit airwaves just yet, but it's probably going to be a while before I record videos for recap and thoughts for season 3 episodes and segments. Just because I think it'll be better to have more of them, where more episodes and segments hit airwaves, and I would prefer to record them in production order. Record my recap and thoughts in production order. So that might be a while before we get to season 3. But otherwise, I do have another series in mind to cover for the episode recap and thoughts category in the meantime. So you'll have that to look forward to in future videos. So there you go. Take care, and until next time.